Trump today, let's just play the clip.
To win this.
We are starting to unleash, or getting ready to unleash, technologies. First of all, Venezuela, they reported that their weapons didn't even fire. They didn't know why. Darkness passed over, weapons went fire. Then, on top of that, CENTCOM reported that Space Force helped them knock out a bunch of weapons in Iran, make it impossible for them to fire. So we see Space Force has got all these technologies that we haven't seen before, and Trump's finally unleashing them, first time in history. Well, listen to what Trump said here.
Very good shape. The main thing is we have to win this. They win it quickly, but win it. And there are many people, I'm just watching some of the news. Most people say it's already been won. It's just a question of when. When do we stop? We don't want to let it regrow. And ideally would like to see somebody in there that knows what they're doing. In other words, they can build a country. Now, one other thing, we can hit sections of Tehran and other places that if you do it, it'll be almost impossible for them to rebuild their country. And we don't want that. But we can hit electric, we could take apart their electric capacity within 1 hour, and it would take them 25 years to rebuild it. So ideally, we're not going to be doing that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Very good.
You hear what Trump just said? He just laid down like the threat of threats. This is telling Iran, we will set you back 25 years. This is telling City of London, tell them to stand down. And we're going to get into the City of London connections here in a minute. But you realize what he just said? Electrical, taking it out in an hour. Now, why would Trump say this? He's putting the threat out there. Does Trump ever do that? What is one of Trump's main things when it comes to war? I don't want to tell him what I'm going to do. Why would I say that? That's stupid. You never tell your enemy what you're going to do. He said this over and over and over again. Okay. So we got a troll in the chat. Later, bud. You're allowed to disagree in the chat honorably, but you're not allowed to troll. When you troll, you get kicked out. All right, that's how it works on my channel. I'm sorry. We honorable disagreements are welcome, but trolling and blowing up the chat with trolling is not. So try again next time. But for now, you're gone, baby. All right, back to this. Why would Trump drop this? He wants everybody to know. Think about it. Electrical, 1 hour, set them back 25 years, guys. That, my friends, is an electromagnetic pulse. And based on what he's saying, we're looking at one the size of which we've never seen. Okay. I remember hearing about the fear of electromagnetic pulse being used against us by the terrorists back as far as 2006, so 20 years ago. Never was used, thankfully, but the fear was they could get one dropped somehow in the air and it could take out a city at a time. What Trump just said is that they have weapons that could take out Iran, their complete electrical infrastructure, their grid, in an hour. And based on what we've seen in Venezuela and the initial assault here, that tells me that he's absolutely right. So why drop that now? Because it's getting to the point where he's frustrated. He's like, you guys, don't make me do it. I will. And he's telling them exactly what they'll do. He's putting the fear of God in them. See, we won't nuke anybody. We're not going to start that. That'll go too far. And we don't want to hurt too many innocents. Now, this will hurt innocents. And that's why Trump's held off so far. Because you set back a grid, this country has already been sanctioned. They already have trouble getting all the food they need. There's all kinds of issues in Iran because of how the regimes run it and how the world treats them because of it. And, it's rightfully so. We can't trust them. But you drop this on them, that makes the people suffer. And Trump, he avoids that as much as possible. This is why he's bombed less than any other president in modern history. Okay. And before Iran, I think it was easily the least amount in modern history, especially after being in there over 5 years. But This means it's serious time. It's go time. Okay. But he just told them that we possess capabilities. You guys you're not willing to go there. You're not ready to mess with this. So what's going to be interesting is if Iran keeps trying to escalate, because what they're doing right now, it's pathetic. So today, one of the ways they're staying in it is by attacking ships going through the Strait of Hormuz. So most of the ships are stopped going through. One of the things they did, this is how high tech they are, guys. My God, who still believes the nonsense out there? The Scott Ritters, the Douglas MacArthur's who are out there, Douglas McGregor, my bad, who are out there saying like Iran actually has multiple other capabilities and they could get us stuck in there. I mean, they have weapons you haven't heard of. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? You know what they did today to bomb the ships? They did suicide missions. They got in their own little ships with bombs and kamikazed into ships. You don't kamikaze on a ship in the modern age. You don't need to do that if you have missiles. You just don't need to do it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it wasn't our ships. It's not like they took out like our destroyers or anything. No, they're hitting little, supply ships trying to pass through. That's pathetic. And it shows you that they have nothing, but they're so obstinate that, these people, they worship the idea of martyrdom. So that makes them dangerous. It does. But it also, because of our advanced weaponry, it makes them more of a nuisance than anything else. This isn't something we got to worry about. It's just something that we got to take care of. And what Trump's saying is he's got what he needs to take care of it in an hour. I mean, and at this point, everybody believes him. You guys remember Taco Trump? Well, Taco Trump is gone. It's gone. Nobody believes Trump chickens out anymore. Iran just completely shifted that narrative. Between Venezuela and Iran, nobody's believing in Taco Trump anymore. Meanwhile, after Trump announced this, we've already been going through and showing them our capabilities on a smaller level. Mario Nafal reports the U.S. unleashed soft kill electronic warfare over Iran. Black Hawk mounted systems that shut down entire battlefields without a single bullet or bomb. This, my friends, is crazy. This technology.
One of the most dangerous electronic warfare comes from the disc-shaped objects attached to this Black Hawk helicopter. While the Pentagon hasn't officially disclosed the specific hardware, military experts often call this a soft kill system. So how does it actually work? To understand the weapon, you first have to look at what it did. The most likely candidate for a weapon that creates that kind of internal pressure without external sound is a high-power microwave device. It relies on something called the Frey effect. The weapon, probably carried by a Chinook or a Black Hawk helicopter, fires a focused beam of pulsed microwave energy, not sound waves, that passes right through the skull. These beams are absorbed by the water in the brain tissue and the fluid in the inner ear. This energy causes a minuscule rapid heating of the tissue, less than 1 degree Celsius. But that tiny sudden expansion generates a pressure wave inside the skull. The consequence? The target hears a sound, clicks, buzzing, or a roar that originates inside their own head, bypassing the eardrums entirely. If the frequency is tuned to the resonance of the inner ear, it violently disrupts the body's balance, causing immediate vertigo. At higher power levels, that rapid tissue expansion can rupture capillaries, leading to the reported nosebleeds and internal trauma.
I mean, you guys get the idea. How can you beat a military that has this technology? Say, what's funny is we've had all these years, right, where we've been told that China's barely behind us, Russia is right there with us in our technologies, and yet back-to-back countries, Venezuela and Iran, both with Chinese and Russian technologies for air defense, couldn't stop us at all. We basically, they got the cheap China crap. That's what happened. And we completely exposed it. Meanwhile, we're doing this. We're taking out the battlefields with technologies that don't even need bombs. What the world is watching right now, guys, is the American military unleashed in a way it hasn't been since World War II. World War II is the last time the American military was unleashed fully. And you saw what happened. We completely changed the course of history in that war. Well, now we're showing how much further along we were. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. And this is why when Trump says that the war is pretty much already over, I tend to believe him. I really do. And he doesn't seem worried. Does he seem worried in any of those clips? No, he seems pretty comfy AF. We know what we're doing. And this narrative out there, one of the other narratives they're trying to push right now is this idea that this was not planned, that Trump just out of nowhere decided we're going in, and they weren't ready for the Strait of Hormuz issues. They weren't ready for the Iranians to dig in. It's been 11 freaking days. It hasn't even been 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. The markets haven't crashed. Oil hasn't gone to 150 as was projected. And yet, the media needs every little thing to nitpick with Trump. They have to prove him wrong. They are so desperate to prove him wrong that they'll just go for anything. Meanwhile, we just took out the 5th largest military in the world, the big bad number 3 after Russia and China. We just took them out like nothing. And again, we're showing the world. And so anybody who believes the narratives, following the lies of anybody who's saying we're losing this, that's even a, I don't know what just went off. Sorry, guys. I just saw that there's some sound was going off. But anybody following that, like, it's so easy to debunk. And if nothing else, if you don't believe what you're seeing here, if you don't believe what the president's reporting, if you don't believe that they've only sent out 9 bombs the last couple of days and there's so much worse going on, well, okay, then where's their big bomb? You think in the era of phones, satellite cameras, they could hide that if they were unleashing supersonic missiles and sinking our destroyers and we didn't even know it? Come on.